now? Well, earlier today they were playing their last home fixture of the season against Aberdeen, and if you cast your minds back to earlier in the season, I think you would agree that one of the most significant games was when Aberdeen were last here. Not just because they beat Rangers by 1-0-0, but also because Terry Butcher broke his leg. I think that was extremely significant, especially for Rangers in the championship race, because quite frankly, I don't think they ever recovered from that very accidental collision with Eric McLeish. So I think by Rangers standards and by their expectations of the supporters and their ambitions, it has been a disappointing season. They won the Skull Cup, certainly, but I think they were after the treble. So you would have thought that the game was of mere academic interest. Well, not to the very loyal and vast support, because 36,000 turned up here this afternoon. I mean, a massive for the second last game of the season, and certainly a game that might just be considered purely academic. And that shows you the great grip they have on that very loyal support behind them. Well, there we are. That was Rangers facing up to Aberdeen, hoping, of course, that they would get revenge. Did they? Well, let's look firstly at the full Rangers side.
And there's the Rangers side, exactly the same as played at Love Street last week. They're obviously not risking Ian Ferguson, who, if he got another caution, would miss 5 games at the start of next season. But you cannot dampen down conjecture. There's still a little rumour about this man here, Ali McCoy, about whether he'll stay at Ibrox or move south. One thing Ali can do is turn to his goal-scoring record and say he's really made his impact at Ibrox. Aberdeen are much changed this afternoon as a result of suspension and injury, and I'm told that fullback Brian Irvin is a suspect as well. He might be substituted during the game. And talking about conjecture, it centres very largely in the Aberdeen squad round Jim Leighton. There he is. Will he stay at Aberdeen or will he go south? It may well be that we're seeing him playing for the last time at Ibrox. The referee is Douglas Hope. Well, Aberdeen start the game on a very dry, windy day, and the pitch is slightly bumpy. I think control is going to be at a premium, and there is the first free kick of the game with Jimmy Nicholl at full-back. Leaving it there to Goff. Well taken down by McCoist. I wouldn't say that this game is simply of academic interest. I think there's a lot at stake in terms of pride. Rangers playing the last game of the season and obviously wishing to end on a high note. Wilkins. Very deliberate build-up by Rangers again. Walters. Wilkins to Walters. There's a shot, and he took it well. Just a little bit too much loft on it. But you've got to admire the challenge that he accepted there. You know, he realized he was going to be closed down, and he really went for it. Beautifully killed by McCoist. Now Walters laid it off beautifully to McCoist. A little bit too much, yes. You get the opening and you change your mind almost inevitably. Either McLeish or Miller will fasten onto you. A beautiful ball by Wilkins. A lot of good football by Rangers. Almost got away with it. Rangers big man in there. There's Goff. Ferguson. Well, I think the Spaniards discovered the quality of this man, not that man, the goalkeeper, on Wednesday night. Right behind the line of the shot. Good shot by Ferguson. A lot of bodies in the way, so into the rifle it rather straight. Plucked cleanly there. Plucked away by Goff. Hewitt. John Hewitt. Trying to use that pace of his, and that's a useful ball. And Cooper. Very surprising to find him in that area. Here's Walters. Brown, no free kick, Brown on his own. Here's Brown, had to lay it off, didn't have much support. Scored another good goal for Rangers on Saturday. Here's McCoist. Oh, it's the post! Almost took the post away. Walters again. I think a corner's been given. If anything, I thought it was a goal kick. Loud draws for penalty. Just watch this amazing shot coming up. McCoy beautifully down, and whoop, even a fine goalkeeper like Leighton couldn't see it. There's Goff! And Rangers really exerting the screw now, playing some delightful football. Straight to Miller. Trying to get behind the Rangers defence, and Faulkner almost did. Hewitt does. Ooh, that was inches away. Good counter-attack there by Aberdeen. I think he's claiming there might have been a deflection as well, but it's not given. Very good run by Hewitt. This is what he's very good at. Sneaking in at the back. And that's all he could do. He didn't have anybody up with him for the final touch. That, I think, is throw to Aberdeen. Taken there by Irvin. Nicholas. Nice little back healer. And Woods, whoop, really caught out by that. Ball swirling viciously in the wind. And that really was an opportunity for Aberdeen. Coming from this back healer here. Just, you know, the kind of eyes at the back of the head touch Nicholas is very good at. And that sent Chris Wood scrambling. Again, there's a lot of curl. John Brown trying to get missed by McCoist. And there, I think there might have been a touch by Faulkner and or Goff together. We'll see where the touch eventually comes from. Out by Brown, missed by McCoist. Willie Miller up as usual. And then here is a final touch, I think probably from Goff. Better plays. Nicol picks that up. Here's Ferguson. McCoist. Ferguson up on that, but the 1-2 played far too deep. Picked out there by Wilkins. Now Monroe. Cooper did that very well. That's not a bad ball. And really, McCoist ought to have done better than that. Now watch this, beautifully set up by David Cooper. The header, and I'm not quite sure what happened there, but seemed to take his eye off the ball and get too much on top of it. And there we go. That's the whistle to bring play to a halt for the first half. And the difference between Rangers in the first 15 minutes and Rangers for the rest of the game is the difference between night and day. They played superbly well. They really ought to have gone in front. That marvellous shot by McCoist was the nearest to it, almost took the wood away or splintered it. But then, of course, we had that very good run-in shot at the other end by John Hewitt in the 27th minute. Might have put Aberdeen in the lead after so much Rangers dominance. And I'm sure this very large crowd wants something a bit more from their side in the second half. The News Grandstand in Glasgow, a handsome symbol of the Garden Festival, the huge tower that dominates Govan District and gets a view, an angular view of the start of the second half at Ibrox Park. I think the punters who've come in here will be wanting a lot more action than the last 20 minutes of the first half. Goff gets away there. Free kick. Rifles that through to McCoist. it away to the man who does better perhaps in that tight situation, Davy Cooper. Cooper fouled that time at the third effort. Free kick.
Tunis and to Rangers.
Well, there was a deflection as well. Now watch the challenge here. No, it wasn't. In fact, Annie McCoy's got in there, and there was the Aberdeen touch. I think Brown thought it was heading straight to him. Davy Cooper with us. Off by Miller. Yes, Cooper. Faulkner with him. Ferguson too low. Much too low. Nicol, and now Monroe. And up and under. Brown. Ferguson seeming to hesitate. Here's Brown. Cooper. Beautiful. Really did see the space. Jimenez. Price tries to put it away. Very good save indeed. Difficult angle that. And another rousing start to a half by Rangers. Walters can't quite bring it down. His possession hasn't been all that strong today, and there's Robertson. Did that superbly well. Oh, and easily brushed away by Wilkinson. Out Goff, the counter-attack to Walters. He wanted the ball again, and he gets it. No, he slipped. It did curl in a bit, but he distinctly slipped. Well, there was McCoy's, and he got into a good position despite the pleas of the Aberdeen defence that there was offside, and again a good save by Leighton. There's Neil Simpson. Nice drift forward there, and there was no offside. Brilliant throw out there by Woods. Here's Cooper. On towards Walters. Great recovery there by Robertson, but Walters did not go in with any great conviction, I may say. Here he is now. There's a chance across. Great play, that's what he's best at. All it required was a touch. This little double shimmy that he's got. Wrong footing Robertson and then whiz. And nobody up for it. Well, they're deciding to go forward this time. Faulkner. It's Nicholas. That's a superb ball. Shoots onside. Aberdeen's big man, and there's Woods. Very fine save. As I say, he hasn't had a busy afternoon. Now, he had to keep his eye on this. As I said before, Faulkner is very good in the air, but not the better of Woods there. Both sets of forwards quite inept. Now Rose as Miller made that challenge. Referee right in charge though. Easy one for Irvin. Now Monroe. There's McCoy. And he can't put it away, and well, he scores a lot of goals, but he also has a lot of misses, and that was another one of them. The strikers really have got to take advantage. of slips like that. McCoy's free kick, yes. Total misjudgment. Well, right through goes, a great chance for Faulkner. Well, that woke everybody up. Certainly woke Richard Gough up. Look at this, he let that go right through. Well, sometimes he's worked. Didn't work that time. Monroe. Gough. Nobody picking it up for Rangers at all. Here's Walters. Nesbitt. Well, Nesbitt had a clear header there. He wasn't marked. I think he might rather have been surprised at that open position, also the speed of the ball. Even simple little moves in midfield not coming off. Free kick. So Jim Bett will take this. Just about 10 minutes remaining, just over 10 minutes remaining. I think one goal would do it now. Oh, this could be it. It is. Elvin. 1-0. Utterly surprised that he got himself in that position, I think. That's the big fellow who scored against Rangers in the game at Pittodrie when Rangers won the championship. Look at this. He went right through, not covered, not the sweetest of shots, but the sweetest of results. And we make it exactly 10 minutes remaining. Here's Ferguson. Wilkins, and Aberdeen will be very happy with that and content to just sit where they are. Walters, Monroe, Nesbitt tries to go in. Here's Ferguson. Gough, Faulkner trying to go in, and I think it's a corner kick, and the Aberdeen players think there might have been a penalty out of that. But it's a corner kick. And that's, I think, the free kick. Adam McLeish annoyed about that. Now, let's see if the referee was right. Over it came, and there was a challenge, and the goalkeeper, well, I don't know. Seemed to take his eye off the ball. Better one to Walters. Nesbitt. Might be picked up here by Wilkins, and is to Walters. Can't get his shot in. Feels for a penalty, but I think he was throwing himself. Throw to Aberdeen with 6 minutes remaining. Rowe to Ferguson. To Walters. Faulkner going. Ooh, that wasn't far away. Good effort by Faulkner. Haven't seen very much of him, but in the last couple of minutes, the Rangers defence know he's very dangerous. There's a shot again. I think Woods had that covered, but a very good effort. Oh, there's a gift. Faulkner. Can he put it away? Just pass. I think a touch. Yes, a deflection. Wow, that was a gift. Pushed back there by Nisbet and just touched to the side. In it swings, and they're all in there, and that's off the post, and I think there's been a push, yes. Free kick. Now is that opportunist goal by the big defender. The only goal of the game, there he is. And having said all of that in a rather mediocre performance by Rangers, the supporters who are left are ringing their praises, in fact. These are the Aberdeen supporters.
Well, a small band of Aberdeen supporters obviously jubilant at getting these 2 points, repeating the victory that they had the last time they played here. But a different game. That one I was talking about earlier in the programme was a superior game to the one this afternoon, which had a very jaded, end-of-term look about it. Rangers played very well in the first 20 minutes. They ought to have carved up the Aberdeen defence. They could have scored 2 or 3. Ali McCoy's very unfortunate with that shot, which hit the post. But then they fell away, and Aberdeen strolled through the game after that, with Miller and McLeish quite outstanding. They made it look ridiculously easy, and Rangers never looked, apart from a shot by Walters in that second half, never looked like really denting the Aberdeen defence. And of course, a goal could have come out of anything, which it did. And it summed up the day that Brian Irvin's winning goal was only half hit. It's a game that Aberdeen supporters certainly won't put behind them, but the neutrals here today would have wanted much better entertainment. Other results today: Celtic created a Premier Division record of points achieved. That's 70 today by Anton Rogan, scoring in the very last minute, the only goal of the game against Motherwell. Dundee United, Celtic's cup final opponents, won by 4 goals to nothing, with all the goals coming from Patalainen. And then let's have a look at the bottom of the Premier Division now. As I mentioned, 2 games. First of all, St Mirren beating Hearts. Remember, Hearts were unbeaten at home. St Mirren beating Hearts by 1 goal to nothing, a goal by Chalmers in the 73rd minute. And their rivals to stay in the Premier Division, Falkirk, beating Dunfermline by 1 goal to nothing. Baptist scoring 3 minutes from time. And you can see that is very close indeed. Falkirk have a game in hand. They have probably the worst goal difference record, and they are seeking not to go down, with St Mirren having to play Dundee at home on the 7th of May. Falkirk play Rangers next week, and Dundee United at home. They've got that game advantage, so it is going to be very tight and very nervous for both clubs. And congratulations to Hamilton Accies. They are, after all, First Division champions, but oh my, they did it the hard way. They were beaten 3-1 by Clydebank today. Remember, seeking before this afternoon 1 point to absolutely clinch it, and they lost last week as well. But fortunately for them, Meadowbank were also beaten at home 4-2 by Dumbarton, so congrats to everybody out at Hamilton, and you can really celebrate tonight. Well, our goal of the season competition is proceeding apace. Thank you very much indeed for the very healthy response. This tonight is your very last chance to look at it. Here we go again. Goal A, Willie Faulkner for Aberdeen against St Mirren on the 12th of September.
Here's Robertson going on the attack. Oh, brilliant ball, yes! Faulkner, a goal he thoroughly deserves.
Goal B, Paul McStay for Scotland against Belgium, European Championship on the 14th of October.
Paul McStay. What can he do? Oh, brilliant goal! Oh dear, that is superb.
Go see John Cahoon for Hearts against Dundee, Premier Division, on the 13th of October.
Driven low. It's here, beautifully put in.